Philadelphia is a city of pride, unwavering loyalty, and passion, but right now it is tapped with tension because the Dodgers robbed the bank on Saturday, and now Philly and the faithful are left wondering, is this incredible window that we've been thinking a championship could come, is it closing? The excitement, the intensity, it's all happening right here on TBS, and we couldn't be more proud to welcome you into Studio D. It is MLB Leadoff presented by Vanda Pharmaceuticals, and I got the fellas with me. We got Luzardo, we got Snell on the bump, and I got Grandy, J-Roll, and Pedro. The cameras are moving. We're assembling the squad, and now we know where we stand. Dodgers up 1-0. How we feeling? What are we thinking for Game 2, J-Roll?
Like you said, the Dodgers robbed the bank.
They did.
But they're still in town. That's the good thing. You still have a chance to get one back, and you have to. You do not want to go to L.A. down 0-2. I think that would be an impossible hill to climb, but I'm not playing, so that's just my opinion. But you have to find a way to come out 1-1.
And they got on top. You know, they had everything going for them. They don't need to change much of everything. Strike, get the bats going, keep the crowd into it. The bank can wake up quickly if they score and get the lead early. You do those things, now like Jimmy said, you can be going all the way to the West Coast even, and you need to if you want to have a chance.
Backs against the wall, Pedro.
I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't?
Not
He's
yet.
been there.
Not yet. I believe Philly has to find a way to somehow overcome what the Dodgers did to them. If they don't, it's just like Jimmy said, it's really difficult to climb that hill. And the Dodgers are like a boa. You know, that they'll blind you in the eyes first, and then they'll bite you. And you don't know where that strike is coming from. And that's the scary thing. I'm also concerned about Philly having an extra day off after they were coming back. And it seems like they were putting it together. I don't like the timing of Schwarber and Harper when they have too many days off. Was pitched really well. So was Harper. But I don't like the extra day off. And I don't like the fact that it's Blake Snell against them. Very difficult to center, effectively wild, and a guy with great stuff.
Speaking of timing, why don't we show you the timing of our games tonight? We're going to be throwing the first pitch at around 6:08 here on TBS. Again, I mentioned it's Snell and Luzardo. It's going to be Imanaga and Ashby to start the game for the Brewers. First pitch in Milwaukee is going to be at 9:08. So much was talked about with the home field advantage for the Phillies, best home record in baseball, the booing of Shohei we saw, but we have our Lauren Shahadi, who's never heard a boo in her life because she is the GOAT.
That's not
It
true.
seems like the Dodgers have handled that away issue pretty well, Lauren.
Yeah, Adam, so nice to be with you. We always talk about Citizens Bank Park and how it's the greatest home field advantage, right, in all of baseball. The thing is, the Dodgers, Adam, they don't care. They're unfazed. I spoke with Freddie Freeman yesterday. He kind of lit up. He said, I love playing here. I pretend like they're cheering for me. And then Blake Snell, tonight's Game 2 starter, he said, I just love the pomp and the circumstance. I feel like this is a Dodgers team, Adam, that is almost bored, dare I say it, with the regular season. So they like the feel of a big playoff game. A couple lineup notes. No Will Smith behind the plate for the Dodgers, and no Harrison Bader in center field, both available off the bench. And a couple notes for their starters. I want you to watch for Blake Snell, and Pedro and I always talk about this, that over-the-top arm angle, right? Tough on lefties. I spoke with some of the Phillies lefties. They say that's something to contend with tonight. And then Jesus Luzardo is really an emotional pitcher, right? And he's going to try to not get runners on. All pitchers do, right? But then he has to pitch out of the stretch, and he has had trouble doing that this season. So also to watch for the number of calories Curtis Granderson will consume over the 2-game span tonight. DraftKings has it about over 8,000. I'm taking the
Lauren,
over.
we've already had pizza and donuts.
It's unreal.
It's like
and he probably has a 6-pack.
Already on the way.
Pedro, I know you'd like to give a message to you.
I miss her. I miss you here, Lola. We had donuts, and I brought some meals today for the guys. So I was hoping that you were here to get some of that Dominican meal, man.
Pedro, tell Carol I said hello. Scale of 1 to 10, I miss you at 10. Are you guys continuing the tradition of the walking lunges in between games? Don't lie. Yes or no?
We let that go with you,
That's a
Lola.
no.
We let you have that. We don't want to step on your toes.
Okay, that's my thing. Oh, J-Roll, so nice to talk to you. Larry Boa says you're a legend. I said who?
Bo, that's my guy. That's my
there
guy.
we go.
That's my guy. Appreciate
That's
it.
your guy.
Tell him I said what's up, big ears. He has his ears are like.
I'm not going to say that.
Lauren, you're the legend. We love you. And we will see you in
By the way, I won
Flash
time of
postgame.
game in game 1. Did you know? 3 hours on the dot. Lola
Keep it going.
won it.
I didn't have it in my book.
Yeah, we'll check it later.
Sorry.
No, I'm serious. I don't make the news. I just report it. It's right next to your Hall of Fame plaque. 3 hours.
Amazing.
Sounds
Lola.
good.
Love you, Shahadi.
Love you. Bye.
All right, she is the best, and we will hear from her later. She never struggles, but the bats of the Phillies did struggle in the beginning of the Dodgers game, especially against Shohei. And you mentioned taking on Snell. That's going to be tough, especially Harper, Schwarber, Castellanos against Snell. 4 for 42 with 20 Ks career-wise. But this is how they did it in Game 1. Shohei and the Dodgers attacking the zone. Over 53% of the pitches in the strike zone. The most in the strike zone pitches this Phillies team has faced in the postseason in 3 years. It was very effective against the top of the order.
Yeah, they did an outstanding job. The guys in the bottom of the lineup somehow got to Shohei a little bit. But they're going to need those big boppers, and they're going to need those guys to do the same thing they did against Shohei, which is get on base, distract him a little bit, and see if the big boppers can do the same thing against Snell. I think Shohei did an outstanding job on the big boppers, and that's why I always said I prefer to pitch to the big boppers instead of the guys that are pesky. And I think Ohtani encountered a little bit of that, but the big boppers could not find a way to get to Ohtani.
I'm saving Jimmy. Curtis, are you making any adjustments from 1 to 2, and how would you from Shohei to Snell?
What's interesting is not necessarily 1 to 2, but the last time they faced Snell in LA, Snell had their number then. You talked about pitches in the zone in Game 1. Snell got them to chase a lot of pitches out of the zone a few weeks ago in LA. Kevin Long, their hitting coach, is amazing at talking about hunting pitches in the zone. Well, they got pitches in the zone in Game 1 and couldn't get them. In Game 2, you got to get them back in the zone, and you got to hit those pitches. So it's going to be a tough hill to climb, but I think they need to be focused at swinging at strikes. It's going to give them the best chance.
Jimmy, I'm going to put up a graphic. Okay. I don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. It's the Phillies' struggles in the postseason in recent years. 1-6 in their last 7 post games. You see the run differential. You see the batting average. I wanted to save this time for you. Thompson calls you up. I need you to talk to the team. I need a message right now. What message are you telling this Phillies clubhouse?
It's simple. We know what needs to be done. There's only one way to go out there to do it, and that's believing. Look, what works in the regular season doesn't necessarily work now. We have to do whatever it takes. If that's getting the guy over, if that's going to the cage and practicing buttons, something you may never do, but you may need it in a situation. Who are we? Let's get out of our own way. There's no pressure. There's no pressure. Baseball doesn't change. When he throws the ball, we hit it. Let's stay aggressive. Let's go out there and be who we are. We have an identity. And sometimes in Philly, you understand that there's an outside pressure. And if you let it get in the clubhouse and you start believing the things that you hear, and sometimes there are going to be a lot of negative things, it can affect you. They know the advantage they have of playing at the bank. Take advantage of that. Whatever you do, you win tonight. You only need to win by 1. Find a way to scratch that out. Superstar, guy off the bench, coming in relief, getting that pitch, getting that out. Whatever it takes, we find a way. And we live that another day.
Well said, well said.
And you know what? If they're able to knot it up at 1, the last time the Phillies were in L.A., you were there, they celebrated a division championship in that locker room. They made a comeback against that team. So if you can knot it up at 1, pressure goes back to L.A., and we'll see what we can do.
Get 1. That's the most important thing. So many times you talk about, well, we have to win 3. Well, you can't win 3 until you win 1. So to Jimmy's point, get tonight. This is the most important game.
Right.
Don't think about going to L.A. Don't think about what has happened. You win today, everything is back where you need it to be.
What was scary, if you are a Phillies fan, is that Ohtani and Mookie went 0 for 9 with 4 Ks. It was really the Dodgers' others, to steal a line from Shaq, that went crazy. It's Kike in the playoffs. This is what he does. This is from the wild card and the postseason game. But Pedro, the others have been stepping up in a big way.
Well, that's what the other problem the Philadelphia Phillies have. A real good Dodger team now seems like everybody's healthy and everybody's capable of striking. Just like I said earlier about the boa spraying you with poison in your eyes to blind you and then bite you. That's the Dodgers, and you don't know where that is going to come from. It could be Ohtani, it could be Mookie, it could be Muncy.
Like it could be, it's the Hernandez brothers.
It could be the double-headed monster.
They are going to strike.
The Hernandez brothers, and just like that, you can have a Will Smith or Freddie Freeman come and do the damage. That's what's scary about the Dodgers, and that's why they need to capitalize today on everything they can do against Snell and the rest of the Dodgers, and hope that the Dodgers can probably be off track a little bit.
The one concern for the Dodgers was, but if that bullpen. But then you had Glasnow who went in there, and he's a $120 million guy.
Right there.
And then Sasaki, Roki went in there, and all the fears you had, suddenly the Dodgers have their closers. So suddenly we don't have a hole you can take advantage of for the Dodgers.
Right, and that's big. When you have a team, I remember when the Phillies got Durant, and JT said, we finally have the ninth inning figured out. You know how much confidence that gives you as a team to know that we have the ninth inning figured out? That's what the Dodgers just figured out. They gave Roku a chance to go down there and find himself, and he did in the bullpen.
And what's crazy, Pedro, you talked about how you don't like the off days for the Phillies hitters. Off days for the Dodgers pitchers and the bullpens is amazing because not only do they have solid starters, but they have so many starters that they can go to the bullpen, and after a game like Game 1 with an off day, they play tonight with another off day. They can keep their bullpen fresh, and they have so many weapons they can go to, all on little innings and little appearances so far in the postseason.
Great article by Jeff Passan talking about Roki. I guess he went to the team in September and said, I'm finally ready. Tell me what I need to change. And since rejoining the Dodgers in September, 7 strikeouts over 4 scoreless innings, and he looks like the future at the back end of that bullpen. Let's give a good omen, though, for the Philadelphia Phillies. This date in history, we're going to go back in the hands of time. October 6, 2010, the Roy Halladay no-no.
Man, that was a game. That was one heck of a game.
And quick.
And you know what? The second pitch of the game, I looked over at Chase, and I looked at, I put your glove up, and I said, no chance.
That play.
No chance. I saw it. And we, as middle infielders, we can see the movement of the ball, and we can see reactions to hitters. The second pitch of the game, I looked at Chase and I said, no chance. Did I expect a no-hitter? No, but they had no chance.
Man, one of the best, one of the greatest, Roy Halladay, forever. Love that guy. We have such a slate on top. It is Dodgers and Phillies, then Brewers and Cubs. Woo! Yeah! Yeah!